Hello beautiful people, welcome back to a brand new channel and with that a brand new video. Some of you guys maybe know me from New World and my New World channel. Most of you guys probably know me from RuneScape and my RuneScape channel. But today we partnered with Raid to bring you a brand new from scratch series on Raid Shadow Legends. So for the next many months, you'll be able to follow my progress and maybe even join in on the progress that I'm doing. And in the process, I'm going to share all the tips I learned when it comes to Raid Shadow Legends, and we're just gonna have a good fun playing the game, giving it a shot from scratch. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, the very first thing I would recommend you is to click the link in the description. That is gonna give us many bonuses, and while I'm talking about this, let's also go through the tutorial. Now, it is not a surprise the fact that I have played Raid in the past, so I have a very good understanding of the game. With that being said, let's just get right into it. Fast forward through the tutorial, and I will do my best to showcase the best way to start off the account. We'll be meeting this dragon in the future again. For now, obviously in the tutorial, we are not strong enough. And just like that, we are now in the champion selection screen, so to say. You will have future chances to get all of these champions again. I know for the fact I'm going with Kale. He is able to provide poison, which is super useful early into the game. But if you take a look at something like Elhain, for example, or someone like Galek, you can go ahead and, you know, start with any of these champions. If you want to follow what I do, start with Kale. He's gonna be the best. And we are now in the actual game. This might be a little bit overwhelming at first, but the very first suggestion that I see here is boosted summons for 24 hours. We're gonna go ahead and pop every single summon we can right as we get into the game.
Excellent.
Okay, we got an archer to start the game off with. That's fine. We're just gonna follow the tutorial here, jump into the campaign, and just take care of the very first chapters. Now, it is pretty much impossible to lose the first chapters, because it is obviously made so like you can't lose a tutorial, right? We are gonna play the game in 2x speed just to be as efficient as possible. And because there is no way to lose a tutorial, we can also just let the game autoplay and use the abilities by itself. Alright, and as we get to the end of this, I will be able to quickly explain to you what my thought process and strategy is behind how I plan on starting the account. Simply put, I'm maxing Kale as much as possible, and I will be progressing campaign as far as possible to get better gear, better rewards. So here you can see Raid is all about gearing up your champions and obviously leveling them up as you do it. For now, our best option is gonna be this little sword, but in the future we are putting the best possible gear over here on the Kale. Now also, if you started the game by using my link in the description, you will get 2 epic champs. And we're gonna also follow an event in-game that is gonna give us a legendary champion in 1 week's playtime. So that's gonna be by far your best way to start playing the game if you're starting at the same time as me. Definitely take advantage of clicking the links that are in the description, because it's gonna give you big bonuses. We are now just gonna go through the second fight here, and this is still just going through a simple tutorial, as you'll be able to see in a moment. Beautiful, we're now level 2. And we can now return to Bastion. And again, we got a helmet as well. We can go ahead and wear this. We now have an artifact set. That's gonna give us a little bit of bonus health. And you can obviously also go ahead and upgrade your gear as you get it. We're gonna bump that up to 4, but we're not really gonna be using this like at all. We got a crit damage 1%, not bad. I mean, it's irrelevant for now, but we take it. Alright, so now we are finally in a position that I wanted to talk to you about. In the 7th day login, we'll be getting Alice the Wanderer, okay? That's our goal, and we already start by getting a very good weapon, okay? So this is what we want. We want to log in every day, get these starter sets, basically, and that's gonna make us strong from the get-go. Now, first thing I would recommend you to do is to take a look at the daily quests, try to complete all of this, summon 3 champions. Let's go ahead and summon 1 more immediately. We get Bully. We're not gonna be using this guy, unfortunately. And for now, we're just gonna kind of quickly check all these possibilities. I know Hatter, we can go ahead and fuse this. We have 1 week left of this. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get all these champs in time. All of this we're gonna be diving into in the future. There is like a steep learning curve a little bit when it comes to it. Another thing worth looking into is the daily login rewards. As you can see, we're gonna be collecting this as we go. This market is also one of the things that I think is worth unlocking immediately, if I remember correctly. I can buy a mystery shard of the bat. unlock this as well. I'm not gonna spend any money on this gear because we get automatic gear faster, but I will unlock all of these slots and I will be spending gems on these slots as well, just not at the very moment. We're gonna go ahead and claim these achievements, and when you guys play this for the first time, you will be receiving the reward over here on the top right corner by clicking on this button right here, this little chest. Let's summon one more thing. And we completed the daily quest of summoning 3 times. Perfect. I can also jump into my champions right now and go ahead and instantly upgrade my gear into the Savage set. As you can see, the stats this gives me are gonna be a lot better. I will have to pay a little bit of money to change my gear, but that's fine. And I can already go ahead and upgrade this to at least level 4 for now. We're just gonna jump in, speedrun through the entire campaign until we start having some problems. We're now all the way to level 3. We got another summon. And we now also have the Apprentice Pass available. Obviously, if you want to pay for the game, you can end up getting more rewards. We're just gonna go ahead and use this account as our free-to-play account. So we are only claiming the free options. Also, make sure you're like checking for all the free rewards you can get, because just randomly you'll be able to find stuff like the diamonds and whatnot just sitting around on your account. And as you can see, we also ended up getting a full lifesteal set. I'm gonna sit off of this for now and put it into my first epic champion once we get those. But for now, we can also go ahead and summon every time we get a summon available. This time we just got an Axeman. Alright, and just like that, we're now level 6. We get a bunch of rewards. We get War Priest as well, which is our new rare champion. And as you can see, we get a ton of these offensive items, which we can use on our other heroes. Most importantly, we got a War Priest. That's pretty good. We can now jump back to champions. We can go ahead and collect more campaign mission XP. And also always make sure I claim all my daily challenges. So as you can see, one of my dailies is to use 50 energy, and one of my dailies is to beat campaign bosses 3 times. We're just gonna get this automatically done by just playing through the campaign. I decided to very quickly progress the account that actually has the epic champion that you guys will receive when you start playing Raid for the first time. And just like that, we are now receiving War Priest on this account as well, with the entire set that we already received. So we're basically at the exact same progress stage, but we are now on the Mika raid account. That is literally the only difference. Again, once you start playing the game, you should be receiving your epic champion over here on the top right corner. You click on the chest, you collect the champion, and we're now gonna be utilizing both Tagoar and Kale to pretty much progress as far as possible. Alright, this is the first time I'm seeing an ancient shard. It costs 200,000. I'm gonna go assume that anytime there is silver to spend on summonings, it is worth to immediately purchase. And as soon as I see something else worth buying, I will probably end up starting to use diamonds in order to just unlock all the options when it comes to market. I do believe in the future I'm probably going to have to change the clans anyways to be like more in line with what my goals are. So how about we just go ahead and join one of the clans that has somewhat of player base. Maybe this one. Hey, I would like to join your clan. Smiley face. There we go. We send the application. We'll see if they accept us. In the meantime, let's go ahead and just continue pushing through the campaign. We finished the Kerok's castle. Let's go ahead and tackle on the sewers of Arnok as well. Alright, territory of the Lizardmen. Let's take it on. We're gonna go ahead and use our Kale, our epic champion, and then basically 2 chickens. I'm not gonna go ahead and touch any of the other rares that I don't plan on actually building. So we're gonna keep on using this archer for a chicken, and we're just gonna add this for a chicken. If you don't know what a chicken stands for, or a food or feed, I don't know what I'll end up calling it. Basically, we will eventually sacrifice those champions to make our other main champions much stronger. For now, let's just go ahead and push through the second stage of the campaign as well. I do believe I should probably still be strong enough to just auto through this, but if not, I can always equip more gear, upgrade more gear, and manually push through the stages. And there it is, we're now level 7, a little bit more max energy and a couple of gems to come with it. We get some gear, which I honestly think I should start selling this, because I don't think this is ever something I'll be leveling. So how about I just start selling that already? But I do believe all of these 7-day rewards, I do kind of want to put them all on Kale. So all these purple ones. So that means I do want to equip this chest plate as well now. And that gives me attack percent, speed, HP, and crit rate. That's really good. Crit rate here as well with speed and attack. I think this is going to be very decent sets to upgrade. And I do think I can probably go ahead and upgrade it at least to level 4, but probably even more. I just don't want to spend all of my coins before I actually need to. And since we have one of these blue shards, I do also want to open it and see if we maybe land on something nice. We can land all the way up to legendaries on these. But this time we land on a rare assassin. I don't think that is particularly good for us. Let's open the couple of greens as well. That is useless, and another one is probably gonna be the same. We're gonna utilize all of these for chickens later, as I said anyways. I think this goes only up to rares anyways, so these mystery shards are honestly just gonna be opened anytime we are available. And I want to push for level 15 because that's when I unlock the Guardian Ring. I'll talk more about this when I get to that point. But we also are going to be receiving our second epic champion as soon as we reach level 15. So that should be our goal. Let's see how much money I actually need to upgrade this to level 8. 400k. So I think we can leave it on 8. Maybe even push it to 12. But I need to be level 10 for that. So yeah, how about we get all of this gear that I know for a fact I will be using. Let's push this all the way to 8. It's gonna give us a little bit more bonuses, just like that. We only spent 20k on that. I think that's pretty good. Another thing I wasn't paying attention to is the fact that you can get stars when you're clearing stages. The way you get stars is by listening to these bonuses right now. And honestly, I should pay attention to that. And because of that, I do think I'm gonna go back and start working on campaign 1 again and beat the stage with using 2 or fewer champions without dying. We're gonna go ahead and just use our 2 best champions, and let's go ahead and quickly get all the stars when it comes to that as well, because stars are gonna be more rewards for us at the end of stages. We're now level 8. We have now unlocked the tavern. Let's go ahead and explore this. Let's see what this has to offer. Alright, there we go. Perfectly explained. We can sacrifice weaker champions, level up our main champions faster. Okay, so I could just sacrifice the chickens and do that, but I don't think that would be very good. What I could do, however, is use those XP boosts, basically, to like really level up our Kale as fast as possible. But I will hold off from doing that until I feel weak enough to where I cannot progress the campaign further, and that's when I'm gonna start using those rewards, because I don't want to waste them. So let's just continue getting 3 stars on every single stage for now. And there we have it. Everything fully completed. There we go, we're now level 9, and we 3-starred this stage as well, and we're gonna keep on doing that. Jumping to the stage selection, clicking stage 2, checking what we need to do, beat stage, no losses, and 2 or fewer champions. We're just gonna keep pushing like this until we get stopped. And we are now level 10, still no trouble at all to completing these stages. And I'm still just selling all the artifacts that we get. And we're also working on the tournament points, which I just noticed. If you're interested about the tournament points, you have these little events here that are ongoing. And you have these tournaments that are ongoing. In an ideal world, we ended on, you know, rank 1 and we get an ancient shard. But even rank 2 is fine for some gems. But the idea is, for example, for an artifact enhancement event, you simply just upgrade your gear. But we don't have that much gear worth upgrading just yet. And for dungeon diving events, it's simply just doing dungeons, right? And this is where I think I can push all the way to rank 4 chicken even. Since I do have an entire day to do this, I think that's gonna be one of the goals for us to complete. If I quickly take a look at the quests, I still need to use just a little bit of energy. And I still need to beat one of the campaign bosses. I think this would be a great goal for me to reach for now. So let's go ahead and keep pushing through the stages. No problem at all, our champions are now level 10 and 11. And it really looks like this Kale and Epic champion combination is going to be great for us to push through the stars in the early game. I'm now starting to reach the point where my Kale almost dies, but not quite. So because of that, I think I'll just put a little bit of XP onto the Kale, and we can simply adjust how much XP we want to get. For now, I'll just push him to 1 XP under level 30. We're gonna use just a little bit of coins for that. This is gonna allow us to kill stuff faster. And I also want to start upgrading the skills. Okay, so we either need dupes or skill tomes.
Come in 3 different rarities: rare, epic, and legendary.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. Do we have any of those tomes available? Not yet. So we can upgrade the level, we can upgrade the ranks, and that's where the chickens are gonna actually be useful for us. So how about just to really learn about how that works, let's go ahead and use the last XP tome as well. If I now wanted to upgrade the rank of the champion, I could go ahead and put those rare champions in it, but I don't want to be sacrificing my rare champions. I want to be creating chickens. So now I kind of probably did a little bit of a mistake, because I'm kind of locking myself from gaining XP on Kale, if that makes sense. And as always, if you guys see any mistakes that I'm doing, please don't be afraid to let me know about it in the comments so I can fix it for the future episodes. For now, I definitely overused one of the XP lamps because my Kale cannot be pushed to level 40 yet. Therefore, I am kinda wasting a little bit of the XP we would be gaining here. But we are now level 11 and we now unlocked dungeons. I will skip those for now, but we'll definitely dive into those perhaps in the next episode. For this episode, the goal is very simple. Finish the stage 2 and obtain all the stars available. So let's see if we're strong enough to beat our second boss. And there we have it, the lizard was not too hard at all. We now get a full set of life gear, which we might end up using on our epic champion. We also get one summon, which we can use to create a chicken. We might as well make our Tagoar in a little life set. I don't really see a downside to that, at least for now. So let's just go ahead and equip him in all of this purple life set for now. He's gonna have a little bit of health. I can go ahead and sell these items that I'm never gonna use. And we can also go ahead and upgrade this gear because it's not too expensive and there's a tournament going on right now. For now, I'm just gonna push it all the way to level 8. That should be very cheap. 16k on that, 20k on that. And I'm not gonna overdo it because my champions still aren't dying at this point. But what I could do is I could now upgrade this gear even further now. The problem here is, as I start upgrading gear to level 12, it should start getting more and more expensive. Let's take a look. That was over 100k. We get a crit rate bonus though, which is pretty decent. And we're gonna do the same for these boots just because I know the gear is pretty decent for us at this stage. But now we don't have that much coins, so I'm not gonna upgrade it any further, especially since we get even more gear pieces tomorrow as we log in. Taking a look at our quest situation, we now completed all of our dailies. We now get a little bit of diamonds, a little bit of XP, and we can also start working towards completing our weeklies as well, and there's also monthlies. These are going to be passively done. As long as we do dailies every single day, we should be able to complete those. These we'll be doing in the future episodes as well. I think this will be a very good way to end our very first episode and introduction to the channel. As you can see, as soon as we start pushing through the catacombs, Durham's Forest, Felwyn's Gate and whatnot, we're gonna be getting better and better rewards. And this is something we're gonna be focusing on in the future episodes. I really do hope you guys enjoyed episode number 1 of Raid Shadow Legends Progress. Again, if this video convinced you to give the raid a shot, definitely check the link in the description and use my links to sign up for the game. You will receive Tagoar right as you start, and as you reach level 15 you will also receive Ugo, and if you play for 7 days you will also get legendary Alice. And I will see you very soon again with another Raid Shadow Legends upload. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.